Hello and welcome to this live edition of the Albion Obsessed podcast. If you've somehow managed to get here through Twitter, that's fantastic. Or if you're watching this later on YouTube, that's absolutely fine as well. We know there's been loads of issues with Twitter today. Joe, I can't see many tweets on the old feed, but we're going to plow on, aren't we? How are you doing, mate, before we jump into the content today?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hope my internet holds up because I had a few problems before we started. So if I lag out, I'm sorry. But no, I'm good. It seems that you're not allowed to use Twitter if you don't have a blue tick today. And whether that will be the same going forwards. If that is the same going forwards, follow us at Albion Obsessed across every other platform except for that stupid one with the white bird on the blue background, because it's really doing my head in, Tom. We have our first viewer, Rowan. Hello, Rowan. How are you?
Hi,
Hope
Rowan.
you're
Thank
well.
you for joining us this evening. You can also check out Joe's Instagram, my Instagram, Curtis's Instagram, Aaron's Instagram. In fact, the whole team are on there as well. We're all very interesting people, I assure you.
Oh, absolutely.
So we are here today, Joe, because apparently there's not been many people talking about kits recently on the app that shall not be named. And definitely, Joe, I know that you've been really quiet on the subject. You've definitely not been
Very.
ruffling any feathers whatsoever. Um, so, Joe, a lot of fans are clamouring for the new kit to be launched. Brighton and Hove Albion always seem to make fans wait. I mean, there's been a couple of times in recent years where we've released kits before the end of the season. When we played Burnley a few seasons ago in our new kit, that was pretty cool. But since then, we've not really, we've left things quite late. Are you eager to see the new Brighton and Hove Albion kit, especially as it will be the kit that we wear for our first European campaign?
Nah, Tom, couldn't care less. Don't know what you're on about. Yes, I cannot wait. As you say, I've been ruffling a few feathers and getting called this, that, and the other. Just because I'm excited for two bits of fabric to come out, so I can put another bit of fabric that says Europa League on the side. Yeah, I guess that maybe is silly for some people, but there's so many people that are so excited for this, and we've spoken about football shirts before about what they mean. And the fact that, as you say, Tom, this is our first ever one in Europe, our first ever opportunity to get the Europa League badges and stuff like that is really, really cool. We have hello, Joe, mate. Tom's there too. Say hello to Tom. But hello. Yeah, really excited. And the rumor has it, and I think the rumor's been circulating, so we could probably speak about it on here. The rumor has it, Tom, it will be green and black. Can you wave because I have no audio at the moment? There you go. Should we just do the whole show in sign language?
I know a few bits and pieces. I do baby sign with my little boy. That's thank you and please. Got cat. Well done is that. So that's yeah. This is like the extent of my baby sign skills.
I love it.
But yeah, yeah, Joe, it's going to be really exciting to see the green and black return. I think when we've talked about away shirts, me and you, in our previous videos that we've done, which you can check out on the Albion Obsessed YouTube channel, we have mentioned this shirt quite a few times because it is one of those shirts that fans just seem to love. And I remember when this came out, it was one of those shirts that it was one of the few times you'd go to the Amex and you'd see almost as many away shirts as you would see home shirts. So a return to the green and black stripes would be phenomenal. I think I'm right in saying that Sassuolo also play in green and black, so a subtle nod perhaps there to Roberto De Zerbi's time with them. But no, how excited would you see to us return to something similar to the shirt behind me here?
Yeah, well, I could probably say as well that, and I can't confirm who it's from, but I will say that I was told that it won't be black and green stripes, but it is black and green. So take as much of that as you will. I would love it to be black and green stripes because, as you say, Tom, that's probably our most successful away shirt of all time. So I'm praying that information isn't quite accurate. But yeah, I really want another away shirt like that where you see it all over, and it's just as popular. Like I think the latest one that we had just as popular was the Hyper Turk. See that everywhere. Everyone loves that shirt, and I think it was the quickest selling away shirt for a very long time. Especially, I would say definitely the quickest selling shirt under Nike. So it would be nice for Nike to do something nice for us if we're in the last year with them. I know you're quite vocal on Nike shirts, Tom, and how boring and templatey they are.
Yeah.
But
You bring
yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was saying you bring up Hyperturk. It is, you're right, Joe. It was a really popular shirt. I think it was popular because of the color. In terms of an actual template, it was just a generic bog standard Nike shirt, and I think the color was the only thing that saved it. But no, you're right. I do hope that this is our last year with Nike. It'd be nice to move to a manufacturer with a few more bespoke designs. Um, and again, I hope we get a green and black striped shirt, because I remember a few seasons ago when we played in the Premier League with that all green shirt, which for me is synonymous with Anthony Knockaert scoring that goal against Palace. I think I remember the rumor that the players weren't happy playing in that shirt because of it blending in with the grass or something daft like that. I remember reading it. I don't know if it was in the Arctic or just like some Twitter rumor. So I'm hoping for something akin to this, which is in my top 5 away shirts.
I would say it's probably going to be primarily black with green trimming. If it's going the way of the rumored design. But I was just going to say, Tom, talking of Nike templates, I'm going to be using a Nike template today. So what we're going to do today is we're going to ask you guys to drop your suggestions in the comments, and with Tom as well, we're going to be giving suggestions on how I design both a home shirt and an away shirt. I've been doing a lot of concepts on Twitter. They've been getting a lot of interaction. 99% of it really good interaction, 1% of it hilariously bad interaction, and it's quite funny to see how pissed off people can be over pixelated football shirts. But there you go. Maybe I should just quit and get a job, Tom. But
the funniest one was the "hurry up and get a job," which is like,
hurry up.
hurry up and get a job. Come on, Joe.
That's the best part. Hurry up and get a job.
So before we get into it, Joe, I just want your opinion. Of all the shirts you've made, what has been your favourite home shirt that you've done, and what's your favourite away shirt that you've done?
Oh,
I have favourites, and I just want to see what yours are.
My favourite away shirt was that European concept that I did. So the same colours of the Europa League, and it's got like detailing of the continent on the shirt. I really enjoyed that. Jake just said I enjoyed the concepts on Twitter. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. There will be more. I get really excited over new shirts, and I tend to post concept shirts every year up until the shirt's released. So unless they release the shirt tonight, which I doubt, there will be more. Home shirt is a difficult one. Probably the pinstriped one, akin to the '83 final shirt. I really liked that. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people say that red shouldn't be on a Brighton shirt, but just look at our history of shirts. There's lots of red on our shirts, so it does belong there.
As well. There was this thing on ITV4, I think, the other day about a match in the '80s, and we were wearing red socks. I didn't know that. I think my
Brighton and France, Albion.
Yeah, my favourite home one you did was the one I asked you to do for the 98-99 season, which is, for those of you who don't know, the Donatello sponsored one that had the thick stripes, but then it had the slight pin either side, and it just looked absolutely fire. And if we got anything like that, I'd be so happy. In terms of the away shirts, everyone knows, or everyone who in our little circle of community probably knows that I'm a huge fan of the Inter kit. And I asked you to do a mock-up of a black with blue pinstripes, and my God, My God, Joe. Like, if
Well,
we could somehow turn your concept into physical shirts without getting sued, I think you'd earn quite a lot of money. That could be your
well,
job.
it could be my job, and then I would have hurried up and got a job, Tom. There's me sitting here saying I don't have a job, but there you go. Your concept shirts are superb. It's about time Nike started using some. Well, let's hope that the concepts I create today will be as good, and you guys are going to enjoy it. I've never designed with people watching, so just bear with me. It's great fun, and yeah, should be good. King Penguin, which is an amazing name, says the annoying thing for me as a big lad is all the shirts go really quickly. I'm actually quite worried, Tom, this year that the shirts are going to disappear extremely quickly, and that
Yeah.
if the fans aren't quick enough to get in there, then I think a lot of the South American and Japanese fans are going to get there first, which they absolutely deserve it. They've been so supportive of this football club, and I had so many Japanese fans last season asking me where can I get a home shirt, where can I get a home shirt. So I think they're itching to have a blue and white striped shirt with Matoma on the back.
And who
So
can blame?
yeah,
Who can blame? The
absolutely.
same with the American fans as well. We've seen a huge influx.
In-
I know, almost slipped there. We've seen a huge influx of American fans, and it's been fantastic. We've loved it. Obviously, we have Dagan on the Albion Obsessed podcast, who is from the States, and he brings so much to our podcast and to our community, as do all our American fans. And if rumours are true that we do sign that lad from Leeds, whose name escapes me, Tyler Adams, isn't
Adams,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, if we sign him, an American player, I think it will just blow up over stateside. So again, another huge potential market for the club to tap. And as you say, Joe, I think this season, especially because we're in the Europa League now, we're playing European football. I think this season we might see the shirts fly off the shelf. So
Yeah.
obviously, finances, if you can, I would try and pick one up relatively quickly. I'm
Yeah.
hoping to have both of them by the end of the summer, but we shall wait and see. Now let's jump in then, Joe, because people have listened to us waffle on now for a good 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is the program you're using, Joe, to design the shirts.
Sure is.
So what we'll do, Joe, I think, is maybe if me and you, we sort of like have a little play around with some shirts, and if anyone wants us to sort of change bits or do a concept shirt or like reimagine something from a previous shirt design, they can drop it in the comments below and we can sort of act on it. So, Joe, the first one, King Penguin has just dropped this. I'm going to put out an opinion splitter. Despise a centre badge and shirt logo. Joe, my first thing for you, design us a centre badge and shirt logo, please. Sorry, King Penguin, but let's see if Joe can change your mind, because that's what this podcast tonight is all about. It's about having a bit of fun and trying things out. And Joe, talking of trying things out, the horizontal stripes, not a fan. So let's stay clear of that. No, let's do a central badge then, Joe.
Okay.
Let's think 2004. One of your
2004.
favorite
Right.
home shirts, the 2004 shirt.
Absolutely is.
See if we can generate something like that, shall we?
All right, cool. So first things first with those shirts, Tom, is they had mostly, and this is going to sound stupid, but mostly blue and white. There wasn't much red. There wasn't much yellow involved. It was very much a blue and white shirt with white trimmings.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll do first. I'll just get the trimmings right.
Obviously,
I'm not.
We'll come back to your bit in a bit, maybe once Joe's had a go at this central one. So Michael,
Yeah.
Joe wants diagonal stripes. Maybe we'll try that in a bit.
King Penguins and why? Why must I suffer?
Well, we're here to have fun, King Penguin. We're here to have a bit of fun, not take it too seriously. Hey, let's put a nice skint sponsor on it too. Why not, Joe?
Why not? Absolutely, why not? Right. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to say what I'm working with is the template for 2023 to 2024 Nike shirts. So it's going to be as realistic to what we could possibly get as possible. So I can't do anything with like collars. Like I have to work with this template at the moment. I'd say I don't have to, but all the other templates cost
Makes
money.
sense. Yeah.
And this costs money as well. So I'm
going to put
using this template because I could afford it.
I'm going to put a shout out to the viewers if you're watching us live. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer a collar or without a collar? I would like to know. I'm personally a collar man. I love a collar. Interesting factoid. Me and Curtis from the Albion Obsessed, we went to see a game, Aston Villa last season, because Curtis very luckily and very wonderfully won some tickets, and we went into one of the lounges. And we didn't know beforehand that you should be wearing like a collared shirt. And the only reason I got in was because I got one of the Brighton shirt with a collar on it. So that shirt got me in. Oh, Michael, I'm with you. Collar, but Michael says he's old. I'm sure you're not old, Michael, but I respect your collar opinion.
What's happened now? What has happened now? Right. I'm sure you guys can see it all coming together. And obviously I'm not going to use that template FC badge. But here we are. Tom, you're going to have to keep people very entertained here because
I will do my best. I am a teacher, so I'm used to just talking a lot.
I can imagine what I'm going to say isn't going to be very fun for people.
My perfect Sunday. That's a question we asked Luke Links. What's your perfect Sunday? Hot fuzz thing for you. But I'm going to tell you what my perfect Sunday is, everyone. My perfect Sunday is a nice early morning. No, well, it will be an early one because I'm a dad. A nice lie-in followed by a cup of black coffee, listening to some vinyl because I'm just that sort of hipster, and then watching some football if Brighton are playing. That's a pretty nice Sunday for me, and not having to get up for work the next day, so most likely a school holiday. But no, back to actual shirts. If you haven't done so already, I know this is the Albion Obsessed podcast and whatnot, but you can check out Joe's shirt collecting channel as well as mine as well. And Jake, yes, does my classroom have any seagull stuff in it? Yes, it does actually. I live in just outside of Birmingham, so that's about 200 miles away from Brighton, and I've got a few bits and pieces around that are like subtle hints to Brighton and Hove Albion, and a few not so subtle. I've got a little seagull, a little plushy seagull that sits on my desk. He's called Gully. He's not the actual Gully. He's just a generic seagull. And then a kid a few years ago for like an end of year gift. His dad made me a clock, and it was made of wood. And it has like Brighton and Hove Albion. It says like round the edge, Mr. Budgeon, best teacher in the world. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. It's so nice. And it's got like the Brighton badge. So that's pretty cool. But my favorite thing, and I'll share this with you all now, guys, is the kids in my class. They're obsessed. For whatever reason, they're obsessed with celebrations. And they're always saying to me, oh, Mr. Budgeon, who celebrations this? And I don't have a clue. But they've started recently doing Julio Enciso celebrations. So they'll just randomly in the playground just stop and go. And I'm just like, that's my boy. That's my boy, Julio. So that's pretty awesome. Big fan of that. So yeah, it's really cool. Got a few bits and pieces. Always wear a Brighton shirt on PE days as well.
Tom, I have a question.
Shoot.
Do we go current badge or do we go classic badge?
Joe, that's a really. I think we've got to go current. I think we've got to give people as close to modern as possible. Now, my favorite badge that we've ever had, I really like the badge from the late 80s. I think it's on the 87, 88 shirt. That's got a really nice badge. It's similar to this. Not exactly the same, but similar to this. This is the 89 to 91 home shirt I'm wearing right now. I really like that badge, and I'm also a huge fan of the Belotti badge. I know a lot of fans hate that, but I really like the red. the red on the badge. I think it just looks really nice and it really pops on with blue and white. Now, Joe, here I've got a question for you. A lot of fans, when you were doing your concept talks, were talking about yellow. You know,
Mm-hmm.
saying, oh, why have we got to have yellow and everything? I think
That
people,
the beat.
the beak, but I think people have also got to remember we've got a history of having away shirts that are yellow. Late 70s, we wore yellow. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Early 80s, British Caledonian, yellow. The Borussia Dortmund mid 90s style shirt, yellow. We've worn yellow a lot as an away shirt, so I think that you've just got to sort of go, yeah, yellow is part of our history, and it was also, if you look at the Sussex flag, you've got the birds, the yellow birds on a blue background, so you know,
Exactly that.
part and parcel of Sussex by the sea, I suppose.
Absolutely. Right, let's start adding some stripes, shall we? Because Brighton shirts have stripes.
King Penguin, I think you're absolutely right here. We speculate about all these shirts, and I can guarantee you that Joe's shirt will be better than the one we get. No
Oh,
pressure.
stop it, you.
But it's true. We've talked about like generic Nike templates. You can I guarantee it, Joe. The shirts that you've done will be better than anything we get.
Thanks, guys.
But I mean, viewers, you can drop your thoughts on this in the comments. I think no Nike shirt has ever been as good as even some of the worst Araya shirts we had. Like, I know that Araya, a lot of people didn't like the sizing of the Araya shirts, but like I look at that one, the 2011 to 13 shirt, that and the home shirt, beautiful. From 99, there's early skin shirts, phenomenal. Nike have never given us anything close to that, apart from maybe the 2021 22 shirt. That's about as good as it ever got for Brighton. Let's see, Jake. What is your guys' favourite away shirt colour that we have had? Green, yellow,
Ooh,
orange, etc. Ooh. For me, Jake, my favourite away shirt was the 94, 95 Inter shirt, the black and blue, but we only ever wore it twice in competitive action because of kit clashes. I've liked some of the red shirts we've worn in the early 90s that were really nice, but I think my general favorite ones have been yellow. Even the cursed shirt, I think it looked quite nice, if nothing else. So yellow for me. How about you, Joe? What was your favorite color to play it away?
What was the question? Sorry.
Joe's busy concentrating. What is your favorite away shirt color that we have had?
I would say green and black,
Hmm.
actually.
Yeah, this kit
And
is utter fire.
as you said, Tom, that green one we had in that sort of last Chris Hughton season was stunning as well.
Yeah,
So
it was.
yeah, I like green.
I remember when
Green's
that
really
green
good.
shirt came out. It was one of those similar to Hyperturk. I think a lot of people. It was a boring it was a boring template kit. But actually, I really liked that green shirt too. I know. Again, I know there was the rumors about the players not liking it because it was hard to pick teammates out when you were passing. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
What do
And
you
I
think of
think
the sleeve, Tom? Sorry to cut
well,
in.
I do like
A
that. That's
little
got
trim.
that's like slight Adidas vibes.
Mm.
Um, King Penguin, honestly, I like the orange abomination. Now, this is another shirt, Joe, that I remember when this came out.
Oh,
God, it got the
the
third
Be Bold
shirt.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the third shirt. And I remember when this came out, my God, it got absolutely panned. Like, because it was just you could literally go down to Sports Direct and you could literally pick up the same blooming shirt for like a tenner. And the
Yeah.
club would try to flog them for like 40, 50 quid with the iron-on sponsor. But no, I think it's become one of those sort of cult classics. It reminds me of Paddy McCaw.
Ah, what a guy.
Yeah, the Dele Pele. I'm a big fan of the orange shirt as well, King Penguin. I think it's a really nice shirt. A lot of fans, still begrudgingly, the Nike template-ness of it all. Probably it didn't go down well at the time.
Tom, I think I'm running the risk here of another H shirt.
How dare you?
I know people don't really like the big old H. Oh no, I wasn't putting American Express on this one, was I? I was going to put Skint on it.
You're going to put Skin on it. We can always, do a bit of American Express at the end as well.
Let me just check that sponsor paneling.
The question is, Joe, what Skint sponsor panel are we going to go with? Because obviously Skint, the font of the Skint shirts changed over time. My favorite one is the 2004 one, as we're sort of like modeling it on that bold capital Skint.
100%. That is the best one.
That is personally my favorite, although Oscar brings up this shirt. Hey, L Dude Brothers. A grown man making kit mock-ups. Sad. Very sad. God, unacceptable, L Dude. But no, I was going to bring up Oscar about the 1999 red and black striped away shirt. Yes, the AC Milan shirt. Beautiful, this shirt. Absolutely loved that one. That for me is Bobby Zamora. Quintessential Bobby Zamora. And the long sleeves as well. There's something about a long sleeve shirt. Yeah, just absolutely fantastic.
I wonder if I have the font of the Skint thing. If not, I can download one. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason, for your kind words. I agree. Joe needs to keep this stuff up. I think the club should hire him. We could go down the route, and I say this because we would never do it because of the revenue stream of something like Nike or Adidas or whatever is massive. But doing something like an in-house shirt, a bit like a USG did last season, and I think this one as well, the 1989 shirt, Sports Express. I'm pretty sure that was an in-house design as well. I'd love to do just do our own thing for like a season instead of being tied down to Nike. That would be so cool. And then they should hire you and pay you lots of money.
And then I wouldn't have to hurry up and get a job.
No, then you wouldn't have to hurry up and get a job. For those of you who are a bit sort of like, what are we on about? That was a comment that Joe received under one of his amazing shirt concepts. Because, you're not allowed to have fun. You're not allowed to have free time. You're not allowed to have downtime. You've just got to be working. In fact, Joe, why aren't we working right now? Why am I not at school? I should be at school.
Get off of this silly thing and go to work.
I know. I could just sit there patiently waiting at my desk for the children to come in on Monday morning.
I think you guys are going to be quite excited by the font that I've just found, by the way.
Oh, it's very exciting. And Jake says, Joe, you're not allowed to make a bad shirt. Ooh, damn. That's pretty cool. Look at that. I like that. I don't think Joe has made a bad shirt, to be fair. And that,
I have. I have.
Joe, I don't think that's on you. That's not down to your skill as a designer. That's because you've been fulfilling requests. And we all know the one we're talking about, the horizontal one, the QPR Reading shirt. So there was that one.
Tom, look at that.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I like it.
You think the stripes are too wide?
Yeah, I'd like a few more stripes on the front.
Okay.
But that's very in keeping with sort of like the shirt that we had this season. And some of the shirts we had in previous seasons as well.
Narrow that, and then
when people talk about the H shirt, I think of the Oscar Garcia shirt because that just had one big H on it. The one in our promotion season as well.
Tom, people never talk about the H shirt that we had under Chris Hughton for the last. It was the last Chris Hughton shirt was a H shirt.
I did not like that shirt.
I really liked it, to be fair.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I really like, and this is one where I might get panned for. I really liked our first Nike shirt. Now, don't get me wrong, the quality of that shirt was lacking, and the iron-on sponsor was rubbish. But as a general sort of concept with the blue sleeves, I really, really like that. Because I prefer shirts that are more blue than white. And I think that's why I wasn't a huge fan of the Oscar Garcia home shirt. I wasn't a huge fan of the promotion shirt. And I wasn't a huge fan of the last Chrissy Hughton shirt. Too much white for my liking. I like
Fair
blue
enough.
shirts. So
Have we got the same distance? If we don't, it's fine. It's fine
did
to
you like
have
the
some
t-shirt we had this year?
imperfections.
Jake, I'm going to be honest with you. When we first got released, I was very underwhelmed. Very underwhelmed. It did grow on me as time went on. It hasn't been our worst shirt by any means, but it certainly wasn't my favorite. My favorite Nike shirt we've had is probably the pinstripe one, which I know was just a boring template because I think the same season Pompey Portsmouth had the same shirt as us, but just without the pinstripes. But I love a pinstripe shirt. Absolutely love it. Jason, my wife bought me a white Brighton shirt which had something about Palace on it. I have never worn it because it looks like it is sprayed on. Something about Palace. Are you thinking about the Jason? Are you thinking about the one-off shirt we wore against Crystal Palace where Paul McShane scored and we came away with as 1-0 winners? And it's got like the date and the scoreline stitched in. I have that shirt too. But no, that's a pretty boring shirt. Not the most exciting. But there's I think all the history about those shirts is hilarious. The fact that we had to bring out special one-off shirts because all of our kits clashed. Because Dick Knight thought it was a really good idea to have 3 shirts that were all blue in some way, shape, or form.
There you go.
Dick Knight. Talking of which, we talked to Dick Knight, and he was a really nice man. You should go and check out the Albion Obsessed. Oh, Joe, that's nice. Very good. I like it. And I hope the central badge isn't too offensive.
I've done my best with it. I think I could bring that Nike tick a little bit more central. Let's get you over there. That should sort of. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah,
Nice
that's pretty tasty. I wouldn't be too unhappy with that. Now I know, Joe, you can't do anything about this because you're using the templates. And again, would happily like to get some opinions on this. Striped sleeves. Striped sleeve. I'm a big fan of striped sleeves.
I can do striped sleeves.
Oh, can you? Is that
Yeah.
part of the Nike templates?
Give me a second.
Mr. Penguin, King Penguin, Jake wants to know, how do we feel about this? How do we feel about it? Let us know, King Penguin.
How do we feel about what? Oh.
The shirt.
Oh, okay. 2 seconds. I'm trying to find my stripes, Tom.
Anyone know what all the green away kits this year? In regards to Newcastle, yes, that's about the Saudi owners, as Jake's pointed out here. In regards to us, for me, I like to think it's perhaps a subtle nod to Roberto De Zerbi's time at Sassuolo, if not nothing more than this shirt here, because this is a beauty.
Right. Let's see how this striped sleeve
It's nice,
looks.
King Penguin says. It would be better if the badge was normal, though.
Oh, what's happened there?
As in, I
Hold
see
on.
to the side. I'm normally with you on this one, King Penguin. I'm not a huge fan of central badges. I remember
I'll tell you what, Tom. I think we're onto a winner here. This is looking incredible.
It's looking tidy. Don't get me wrong. So, King Penguin, I remember last season there was some rumours spreading before the kit was eventually leaked on the Panini sticker that we might be having a central badge. And I know we had central badges on some of our training gear. And I, too, King Penguin, was not a huge fan. But I do think the 2004 shirt, oh, look at that, is one of the best. And that does have a central badge on it. Pardon me.
Tom.
Ooh,
I like that.
Ooh, damn. Look at that.
Hold on. Let me just try something different here.
While Joe tries something, Jason, got Manchester United have got green and Liverpool have also got green. Maybe green is just the new black. Green is the new black. You heard it here first. Shirt is looking great, Joe. Do you think yellow collar?
Let's try a yellow collar. So
looks like a funky shirt. Ooh.
That is that, and I just need to do that to complete it. Bang. How about that?
For me, Joe, I think if you're going to go yellow collar, I think, the arm bit on the arm, the blue bit on the arm needs to be yellow as well.
All right.
For
Okay.
me, I think that's a nice. I prefer it without the yellow personally, but
Let's just try
roll,
this.
let's roll with it. Michael Webster, the shirt's good, but please not striped shorts. Michael, I need to remind you of what the 1991, the deck chair TSB. Yes, the 1991 season where we had the TSB shirt with the striped shorts. It was amazing. I loved it. 1991 was a good year for completely out there Brighton stuff. We had the Chewett Rabbit away shirt with the matching shorts as well. What a kit! And Joe, this is looking tasty. I think the yellow on the sleeves, complement the collar very nicely.
I personally don't like the yellow on this design. I like yellow. I'm a big fan of the season just gone kit. I love the yellow on that, but I'm not sure if it works on the sort of remake that we're trying to do of this one.
I think what I would say about the remake show is that all the remakes you've done that you've been asked to do. I asked you to do 1986 remake, the all blue with the diagonal. No, sorry, not diagonal. The horizontal stripes akin to the Nobo Phoenix Brewery shirts. What works with them is they are really true to the original. So I think because we're trying to be true to the original here of the 2004 shirt, I don't think the yellow works. I think in a modern context, it works 100%.
Tom, I have another idea of flipping the colors.
Okay, let's do it.
So the skin will become white, the background of the skin will become blue, if that makes sense.
Jake, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you on this. It was a fantastic year for football shirts. It was brilliant. I loved it. I'm probably in the minority there, and I'm very aware of that. I'm probably in the minority. But my God, that Chewett Rapper shirt, that's my second favourite away shirt of all time.
I really like that shirt, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Europa League badges.
Yeah, Oscar, agrees. Don't think the yellow is good on this particular shirt. Again, because we're going for like a 2004 remake. I think just trying to be true to that is means we, as I say, get no yellow, have no yellow on it.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. Flipping the colours, reversing them around, see what we see.
Because I believe it's on the original shirt that we're trying to sort of pay homage to. It's a white skin on blue background.
You know what?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't really remember. And as someone who fancies themselves a bit of a shirt nerd, that's really disappointing. Poor form from me.
That is poor form.
I'm really sorry.
I think that does mean we're going to have a blue Nike tick so it can stand out.
Yeah.
With white trimming on the tick. That doesn't stand out very well, Tom. I'm going to go center and I'm going to up it to 5. And that should work.
I mean, I don't know what that means, but awesome.
You do that, Joe. Right,
Joe,
it looks terrible at the moment. It's because I haven't changed it.
Can you imagine if we put out an all blue shirt? People would lose their minds because we've never done that before.
People really would. Right, I need to. Oh no, that looks like Crystal Palace.
God damn it, Joseph! We're going to lose all of our followers now.
That was scary. That was a scary time, Tom. Don't take me back.
Here we go. 0304 kit had a blue skint on a white rectangle. So there you go, Joe.
Did it?
Apparently so. I think
that's why on earth am I changing this?
I don't know, Joseph. That looks very similar to this year's shirt, but with more stripes.
I'm gonna change it back, Tom.
There goes our follow account, just rock bottom.
Right.
We're so close to 5,000, Joe. We're now going to try and reach 4 again.
I know, it's a disgrace, isn't it? I'm going to go back to the original sleeve trimmings that I had, and I'm going to give it a nice
white
blue
collar.
or white collar.
Yeah, I'll give it white collar.
And on the chest, should that bit be blue, or does that cut it out too much, or should that be white as well?
Go blue. Back to blue. It breaks it up quite nicely, in my opinion. James wants a Palookaville remake. Very interesting. And Reese would like the Chewits kit. Now, Reese, I have asked Joe to do the Chewits kit before, and I can sadly
Didn't
tell
work.
you it just didn't work. And that's no fault of Joe's. It's just that is such a hard. It was such a hard shirt to remake, wasn't it, Joe? They were your words.
I couldn't quite, because I use Photoshop, so I don't use Illustrator. And Illustrator is to do all the fancy, like, if I wanted to do the design myself, I could draw it. But I use Photoshop, so I've got to sort of like source the pattern to put it into the Photoshop document and then sort of adjust it from there. And I couldn't find a pattern for the Chewits kit. I even typed in Chewits packet to see if I could like morph it somehow, and it didn't work.
No,
I apologize for that.
It's a hard thing to replicate. I think the closest you could probably get something modern might be like the RB Leipzig shirt they had a few seasons ago. Again, I think that's a specific bespoke design for them, so it's not a generic template, which means we'll probably never see it.
Right, I'm just putting the finishing touches to this now, Thomas.
Reece, have you tried clip art and Microsoft Word? Yes.
Have.
Why not paint? Why not paint?
Yeah, why am I not on Paint? Come on now.
I love some paint. I do. Oh, and by the way, I can see it on the screen there. The 1993 remake you did was also very nice.
This one.
I think that's such an underrated shirt. Shirt.
Maybe I could in a minute I could flick through all the ones I've already done.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Show people.
And you could drop us a comment and let us know which one's your favorite. Yes, right. Yes, I would, Jake. The red Santex shirt, 1994-95, that was red and had the sleeves, like the red and white sleeves. That is a really, really nice shirt. And that's the one we ended up wearing instead of the Inter shirt because it was because of the kit clashes, as I said earlier. But that Inter shirt, interesting factoid, it's because of Ian Brady. He came in and he had links with Inter Milan, so that's why we got the Inter shirt, and it's a thing of beauty. Joe, you're so talented. Every tweet on Twitter is class, although it's down at the moment. Yeah, man, Twitter at the moment is not the one. So if you've managed to
thank you very much
find your way to us, kudos to you and thank you for joining us. It is much appreciated. Keep your comments coming. Keep giving Joe the love because this takes a lot of time and effort and skill and talent. And
I should get a job.
I think you should go and work for Nike, mate. We've all said it. Go work for Nike. Go show them what they should be doing. As I said, it's just mad. It's mad for me to think that we had better shirts when we were in League 2 under Araya.
Well, guys, we have just made this together. There you go. There is the final thing.
Absolutely lovely. Now, Joe, I think that's absolutely beautiful, but I have to ask Joe, could you put an American Express logo on there to make it that modern remake?
You don't ask much, do you?
I could ask for more. I'm just saying, we've seen the skint one. It looks amazing. It looks beautimous. But we want to give our viewers the impression,
the full
experience of what this could look like if Nike were actually good to us. And if I don't know whose job it is at the club to decide what shirts we get. I don't know if they'd get given a catalogue and they go, there you go, flip through that, find a template shirt and just pick which one you want.
See what one you like.
See this video and go, hang on, maybe we should change it. Up the game.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal?
I'm ready, Joe. I was born ready.
Oh, the big reveal hasn't worked. 1 sec. That was embarrassing. The big reveal will be in a second.
That's fine, Joe. You take your time. You take your time. So I'm a big fan of this shirt. I like what I'm seeing, even though it is a central badge, which I'm not a huge fan of. It is looking tasty.
Sugar. What have I done?
Thinking of Araya, have a look at the Aldershot Town shirts that have just dropped a couple of days ago. I think they are mint. I certainly will do King Penguin. Talking of other team shirts that are absolutely mint, Carlisle. Wow. The new Carlisle shirt. If you have not seen it, I think it's by Umbro. It looks
it's good.
It's
It's
so
good.
nice. Such a nice shirt. It reminds me of an early 90s Birmingham City shirt. It's like sort of pattern you'd get on a train in the 90s. There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Tom, I'm going to come out and say it because it's been annoying me for a while, especially whilst I design these shirts. But the American Express sponsor is the hardest thing to work with.
Yeah.
Because it's just block text, nothing special about it. And on Brighton shirts, because we've got stripes, you have to put this white thing in the background.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose it.
Yeah.
And it just makes it look like I've put a white panel on there.
Yeah.
So
it is the problem with the American Express logo. It is just, it looks so out of place. And to be fair, we've had it in the past. We've had it with Skint. We had it with Brighton and Hove Jobs. It's really hard to get something to stand out on stripes. What I liked about the very first Skint shirts we had, it was sort of, it wasn't like on a panel. It was on like this sort of, I don't know, it was like almost woven into the shirt, and it just looked quite fluid and natural, which was really nice. Jason says this, Joe, if you're not going to make these shirts, you should perhaps make prints, mobile phone covers, wrapping paper, cards, lots of ideas. So yeah, you could flog those.
The issue with that, and it's happened to a designer that we know well on Albion Obsessed, is if I use the Albion logo, I will get taken down and I will get legal action taken against me. So I can't use Nike, I can't use the Albion logo, and I can't use American Express. So I lose a lot of things.
We can do stuff like this because we're not making money from it, or Joe's not making money from it. But as soon as you start making money off of a club, like replicating club stuff, it becomes very difficult, very tricky.
It does.
But no, this looks really nice, Joe. I think you know, it's a very tidy kit, very nice indeed.
So this is it with the skin, which we showed earlier, and I'm just going to save that so I don't lose it, Tom.
That's the chicken song, if you are not aware. I think after this, Joe, as you say, maybe go through some of the kits that you've done, and we can sort of like we can talk about them. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Just going to replace the content here. It was that one. And I'll just save that like that because
it does look really tidy, very tidy indeed. I would say we'll upload it to Twitter, but at the moment,
I'll upload it to Twitter tomorrow when I'm allowed to do it,
because you've not seen too many tweets. But we shall upload it to Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, because if Twitter keeps going the way it's going, I think we'll have to, not
that's
not
where all our stuff will be.
Of course not, but keep posting stuff on other social media sites.
Right. So I'm just going to share my screen again. And I'm going to do it like this. Okay, you should be able to see that. Share. Right. So I'm going to take you guys through. So this was a black and gold sort of thing that someone asked me to do. And I done the back of that one. I don't tend to do the back of shirts because it's time consuming, and I can't really find the Premier League font.
No,
So I
no.
sort of done like a Europa League golden thing with our own font on the back. So that's Pascal Gross, obviously. I think that looks quite nice.
Yeah, I like the badge. The badge. I like the badges where we've had shirts like this, and some of the, was it the Hypertech one as well, where the color of the shirt is
Mm,
incorporated into the badge. It
yeah.
just really helps it pop.
This one I done. Someone asked me to do something similar with like Southampton, where they've got that singular stripe down the front.
Don't worry,
And
Jamie,
I,
we're not leaving you. Don't worry.
and I thought that having the singular stripe left a lot of like white area.
Mm,
So that's why I filled it with like pictures of our past in there. I don't know if you guys can
yeah,
see the detailing, but I've got the last goal at the Goalston here, and then the promotion celebrations here. Whoever this guy is, by the way, is famous because he's like across everywhere. So yeah, fair play to
well
him.
done, that guy.
It wasn't one of my favorites, but I thought it was quite edgy.
Yeah, it's
Something Nike would never
different.
do. Oh, and that's the final thing. There you go. You can
Yeah.
see more details there. This is a blue and white striped with Hyperturk incorporated.
Mm,
Um, I know a lot of people love the Hyperturk, and I would actually love to see us do a home shirt with Hyperturk incorporated on the trims, and that's
mm.
why I did that one.
See what you call hyper. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
I'll
What you? Mm,
I'll scroll past that one.
QPR.
And there's some sort of closer
Stay
thing
tuned.
of the Hyperturk one.
Hopefully see it. With the Hypertech, you call it Hypertech. I call it bright and blue. It's the railings
Bright and
down
blue.
the seafront. It's the bus, the taxis. Yeah, AC Milan shirt, absolutely beautiful.
AC Milan remake.
Would love this shirt. We won't get it this season. Oh, I know what's coming next. Oh, look.
And this is the Inter type thing. A lot of people said it was too much blue, but I actually quite liked it.
And that's why we'd probably never see the like of it again,
There you
because it
go.
just popped
I
too much.
just want to say, whilst I'm scrolling through here, you might see some Tottenham Hotspur concept kits, but that's because a Tottenham Hotspur page asked me to make them for them.
And that's
It's not
fair.
because I support Tottenham, because who would do that? That's the one we just made.
Yep.
There was a lot of talk
Lilac.
whether or not we would get lilac. So of course I jumped on because I don't have a job, and I made this lilac one with like sort of, I don't know if guys can see the little detailing in there.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit like a bus seat, but who cares? I quite like that one.
Now, if that was because apparently the lilac is either the goalkeeper shirt or some training gear. If that was our goalkeeper shirt, I'd buy that. I'd buy
100%.
that.
This is another pink and black one that I tried with some more intricate designs on there. Because again, I didn't like just the block color, so I wanted to put some cool things in the background, and I went with triangles. I quite like it.
Yeah,
A lot
nice.
of people said remove the triangles, but again, if you remove them, it's too boring.
You got to give it something.
And that's sort of like a texture board of the shirt.
Yeah.
Now
This was one you posted.
that's one I made yesterday.
Really nice.
I really like it. I would love that as a third shirt.
Yeah.
Would really like that as a third shirt.
Got pinstripes. Very nice.
And that's it in detail.
Yeah.
This is a purple and black version of the Europa shirt that I did. I always find purple very royal on football shirts. Looks very sort of rich and classy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that one. There's the AC Milan one again. Again, similar to the Southampton kit. I played around with the sponsor, bringing it higher, bringing it lower, blah, 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 blah. That one's not my favorite at all. Similar to the one that I showed you with the Hyperturk.
With
but
the white.
just with white
This is
detailing.
very similar to our first Nike shirt, just with a white Nike taken to the black one. And I think that looks really nice.
Exactly. And again, that's the one we just did together. That's the gold one again. That's the blue one again. That's an empty version of the Abomination kit. I think someone called it earlier. And then I did a little collab with BHA Today on Twitter, run by Charlie Haffenden, great guy. And I sort of did these sort of designs so he could put them on his Instagram. The post did really well. So that's again similar to the Hyperturk one, just with gold, similar to the shirt that we've just seen from this season. Yeah, there's all the designs. That's the Chewit Rapper one.
This is the attempted Chewit Rapper kit. As you can see, it just doesn't capture the 90s-ness. That's not even a phrase, but the 90s-ness of that shirt.
Not quite, but did you like what I'd done with the badge though? I tried to make it as accurate as possible. But yeah, that's the AC Milan one again. Green and black.
Come on, let's get this. Let's get this shirt. Let's get it this season. Come on.
I would love it. I would love it. That's the Inter Milan one that Tom liked.
Yeah, well, there's the other Inter shirt.
That's a very old one that I did. Wow, that was using last year's template.
Yeah, that was literally last year's one.
That's the pink one again. That's the gold one again. Tried little wider stripes on this one. Again, you're getting the H on there. A lot of people say it's too obvious and they don't want the H on there anymore.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things is when you can't unsee it. When you see it, you can't see it. I like this.
There's a Hyperturk version of the Europa League one I did.
Black and Hyperturk is a nice combination. It's a nice combo. Again, that's the shirt we want, green and black.
I've got so many files on here, so you're going to see the same shirt over and over until I get to a new one.
This is back. Oh, look at it. Look at that. My God, it's just beautiful. It's so nice.
I really like that one.
I want it.
I got very excited when I was making this one.
This is just it's beautiful. I think that's one of the nicest looking shirts I think you've done, yeah. I mean, I know everyone has told you to make it, but God damn it, it's nice.
It's very good. There's another central badge for you, King Penguin. I know you love them. Very similar to the one we've just done, to be fair. But
yeah.
How different can you be with stripes is the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. With stripes, you've either got to lean in directions. You either go pinstripes.
A bigger version of the
Chewit Rapper.
There's the Europa League one. I was looking for you. Where have you been?
Very nice, very tasty.
Yeah, I would adore us to release that shirt. I would pay a lot of money for that shirt. Because Europa League is cool.
Yeah.
There's a little pairing that I did to post on Twitter. There's the Abomination shirt in its full glory.
It's full and all glory.
Indeed.
You can pick that up from Sports Direct for a tenner. Although cost of living is 20 quid now.
Exactly. And they just put the badges on yourself. Happy days.
I think fans actually did that.
Chloe on the podcast wanted me to do black and pink stripes. There you go. I really like it.
Yeah, I like pink shirts. When we did the pink and white shirts, they were always really, really nice. Always really nice. Loved those.
Well, there's close-ups of the gold one. There's gold on gold. Blah 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 blah. There's it all with my
what
thing
we
on
need
there.
To find, Joe, is we need to find the 98 shirt, the 98, 99.
Oh, that's
shirt.
a little Hyperturk one that I did with like grunge fillings. I thought that was pretty cool, but also looked like the shirt was stained, but it's not.
Lilac.
There's a Man United one, but we won't talk about that. Again, people reach out to me and they're like, "Can you make one for my club?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Jason wants to know, Joe, how is your cat?
There's a Tottenham ones that I did. Yeah, great. The cat is. Oh, there you go. The cat is brilliant. We love it.
This is very cute. It's really nice. This is very, very similar to the 1998-99 shirt, sponsored by Donatello, made by. Oh, who was it made by? God, that's going to do my head in. Super League, that's the one.
I've got it right here.
Yeah, it's a really nice shirt. The only thing that doesn't have that the original did is the collar. But you know what? I really like that. Really, really like it. It just
There you
looks
go.
really good.
Yeah,
Really.
I wish I could put like different collars on this template, but limitations and all that, mate.
Yeah. Well, you've certainly been busy,
I
Joe.
like that one. I
Yeah.
have been busy.
To our 2009 away shirt. That reminds me of Gus Poyet's first ever game where we beat Southampton. Goals from Crofts and Glenn Murray.
And that's pretty much it, guys. Really.
Yeah.
Let me see if. Hold on, because I'm sure it missed some out. It missed this one. Let me see if I can share this. Technical difficulties at Albion Obsessed.
Please bear with us whilst we sort out technical issues on Joe. What we're going to see. Yeah, 2020.
I really like this one.
Yeah, 2020, 1983. Yeah, red and white pinstripes. Very tasty. Very nice indeed. Yeah, pinstripes are just underrated, man. We didn't see. Oh, Joe, we didn't see the 1993 one. God, Joe.
Oh, sorry. Let me.
Joe.
There it is.
Yeah,
right.
The 1993 shirt is one of the most underrated Brighton shirts of all time, in my opinion.
This is very loud. This one is very, very loud.
That's what I want. I like it. I love it. It's, again, really true to the original. Really true. The narrow stripes, the sleeve detailing, the red Nike tick, the red American Express. The only way, Joe, you could make this any more like true to the original is if you just changed the badge to have the red Belotti badge. That's the only way you can make it like. Even then, I would probably, but it's. I love it. Such a underrated shirt.
Looks like an eye test.
It does, Jake. You're right, but we love it. Well, I love it. I love a pinstripe. Love it.
Right. So we've made a home shirt.
I think it's. Should we make an away shirt?
Shall we make an away shirt and wrap this up? So, guys, what color should the away shirt be? Drop it in. With the away shirt, we can get adventurous, right? We don't have to stick to blue and white stripes. We don't have to stick to stripes. We can go whatever way we want. So, yeah, drop your crazy suggestions in for an away shirt, but not too crazy because.
And whilst we wait for that, let's talk about this. Jason says, okay, so really, what is your thoughts for this season, sir? So if rumours are to be believed, we'll be going green and black, whether that's green and black stripes or green and black general. I'd really like to see something akin to that, but we'll have to wait and see. This season's home shirt, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to see us go back to sort of more that the quintessential blue and white stripes. I love pinstripes, but no, something akin to this where you've got, medium stripes across the chest. I'd like to have stripes down the sleeves, and I'd like to have stripes down the back as well. Nike really haven't done that with us. I know that's tricky, but I'd like stripes down the back.
The closest they got to it was having it like at the bottom of the shirt.
Yeah.
They've never gone fully up.
No, wasn't that the first Premier League shirt? Yeah, I think it was.
No.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it had the green, the stripes down the bottom, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, okay, so the 2009, 2020 shirt even. Oscar says lilac and white.
Oh, and they had stripes on the bottom of this one as well, Tom.
Well, there we go. So maybe we were a bit hasty in judging them, but no, I would like stripes on the back.
I really like Oscar's suggestion. Jake, I know you said red, but
it won't be red though.
I think
red.
I think we've had too many red ones.
Yeah, we've got the crimson shirt as a third shirt this season. So
let's do lilac and white.
Let's make it happen. Now, Joe, we go lilac and white stripes, or are we going to go lilac and white detailing?
Let's leave that up to Oscar. Oscar, do you want stripes or just detailing?
I think we are going to leave this up to Oscar, but what I think would be quite nice is lilac with white pinstripes, because
Oh,
as everyone knows, I love a pinstripe, and everyone should know that because I've said it about 9 times in the last. Grant says stripes. Oscar says whatever.
whatever. So, guys saying stripes,
Yeah, James
pinstripes, or
says
normal stripes?
pins, and Oscar is being very diplomatic. Thank you, Oscar, for your diplomacy. What does everyone else want? Man, this is community coming together to create something truly magnificent. I vote for pinstripes, but I leave it up to you, the viewers, to tell us what you want to see. And then we'll just, and I say we, Joe will make it, and I will talk a lot about stuff.
And Tom will commentate.
I will commentate on random things.
Let me just set up the template and everything, guys.
Yeah, we'll set everything like that, and I will show you random things on my desk. So this is the first random thing on my desk. It's not actually that random, but this is a bobblehead from the Fallout series of games. So this is from Fallout 4, and he bobbles along as I work. So Oscar says pinstripes. Now Oscar was the person who said this color, so I reckon we go with Oscar. James
And James has said normal or thin, so he's given us a choice.
Yes. So let's go with pinstripes, and then we'll sort of do that. So let's bring up Joe's wonderful, magnificent thing, and one more random thing off my desk is this little plane that my son plays
Oscar,
with.
your wish is my command, my friend.
And Jake's
now,
like, give us the Palookaville sponsor.
I don't know if I'll be able to find
Palookaville.
I don't know if I'll be able to find a good enough.
I'm here for that, Jake. So that's blue and yellow.
I'm slightly cutting corners because I'm using one. It's very much Art Attack. Here's one I did earlier. Is that Art Attack? No, that's Blue Peter.
That's Blue Peter. Art Attack was, this is an Art Attack. This is an Art Attack. This is Art Attack. And it had Steve Buchanan in it, who went on to be in a metal band. That is your interesting fact of the day.
There's a factoid for you. I've got an idea for this one, and forgive me if it's lazy, but I think I'm going to incorporate the Europe overlay in this one. Let me know what you think. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, you're right, Tom. That won't work. I thought I was doing big stripes. Sorry, my bad.
No, we are going Joe.
I shall shut up.
You don't have to shut up, Joe. I didn't tell you to shut up. I just said we were doing pinstripes.
Well, I shall shut down. Is that no? Okay. Do we want the normal badge or do we want a lilac badge?
No, lilac badge. Let's incorporate, as we say on these ones here, where they incorporate the color of the away shirt into the badge, because I always think those shirts work out the nicest, in my personal opinion.
You want a lilac badge.
Okay. I saw Glenn Murray doing that. I saw it.
You did. This is where I store everything to do all my Albion obsessed graphics. So I do have all the other club badges in here because I used to do pre-match stuff. So that's why that's there if anyone's interested. But let's make a lilac badge. Do we want lilac and black, lilac and white on the badge? What do we want?
White to complement the shirt, and we can always go back and change it. Talking of Glenn Murray's hand celebration, yeah, I was really disappointed that when he came back, he didn't do it anymore. Apart from that one time that he scored his 100th goal against Wolves, I want to say, but it really made me sad that he no longer did that, because that was so 2011, you know.
But I found it quite nice that he did it for his 100th goal.
Yeah, he did that, didn't he?
I thought that was really cool.
He did that, but then when he scored his 100th, bam, hand goes back up. I loved that celebration.
It was beautiful, iconic.
Yeah, I remember fans used to have big hand prints that they'd cut out, and then they would literally wear it like across their head. It was brilliant. That's nice.
We
Already, Joe,
want
we're on to a
a.
winner here. Already
I
we
know,
are.
right? And I've not even finished it yet.
I know. But I'm sold. You've done the badge and I'm already sold.
Right, that's the badge. Export as.
We are exporting it. And whilst Joe exports, I'm going to talk about this hedgehog that is on my desk. It's not a real hedgehog. This is just a hedgehog that says thank you. He's got glasses on. Look. No, we're not here to talk about random crap that is on my desk. My desk is the war zone of stuff. Let's talk about more writing things. Joe, we haven't really done much content over the last couple of weeks, but quite a few things have happened. We've signed some players. We've signed Mo Dahoud. We've signed James Milner. We haven't really talked about Pedro. And it looks very likely that we're going to be signing Big Bart as well. What have you made of Brighton and Hove Albion's transfer business so far?
Me?
Yes, you, Joe.
And yeah, it's been good.
This is a but.
Obviously, we need to. We're not going to keep Caicedo, are we? Let's be real. But if we did keep Caicedo, it would be incredible. Tom, I don't think Lilac badge is going to work, mate. I think it looks too faded.
Let's try it, Joe. Let's
right.
see what happens, and we can always go back and edit. But no, I think the likelihood of keeping Caicedo is, you know, I can't see it personally. But if we do, it would be some coup. You want to talk about backing your manager, keeping your best players is backing your manager. But no, Jason, 100% here. It's all hot air until they sign. So until Caicedo is gone, then he's still our player. And I did see a report. I think it was from Charlie Haffenden saying that Brighton are going to the States with Caicedo in mind because they don't foresee him to be leaving the club before then. And that, to me, says that no club has yet met our demands or are willing to meet our demands. And Andy Naylor posted about, the club's it's not lost on the club that Declan Rice has gone for 105 million, supposedly. And Caicedo ran rings around Declan Rice. Quite.
Tom, that's an understatement. I can't remember if I said it on the podcast or not, but I travelled back from that game with my dad. And as soon as we got back in the car, they were talking about Declan Rice on the radio. And my dad goes, "Oh, did Declan Rice play today?" And he was fully serious, by the way. He goes, "Oh, is Declan Rice injured?" And I went, "No, Dad. He played."
Yeah.
He was there. This is already looking absolutely stunning, by the way.
Yeah. Jake here had a chance to walk up to me and give us Caicedo the other day whilst wearing a Brighton kit. Even in the States, I can't get away from Chelsea fans. I assume you were wearing the Brighton kit, Jake, and not the Chelsea fan.
I was going to say.
Yeah, man, it's the thing that does my head in. We had it in January, and coming back to this point here from Oscar, which I'll talk about in a second, until a club meets our valuation, jargon, and it's the same with Colwill. I think my valuation of Colwill and Chelsea's valuation of Colwill probably differ monumentally. However, I'm not arrogant enough to assume that my valuation of Colwill means that that's what we should get him for. For me, I can see us being priced out of Colwill personally. I think he could move on because by the sounds of it, from what the rumblings and the media have said, and even when he was giving interviews last month with us, I wasn't overly convinced that he was necessarily happy as a Chelsea player. And given the fact that they've got a very big squad, turtle. They've got a very big squad. They aren't going to be playing any European competitions, so they'll have fewer competitions to play in.
Can I just pitch in quickly on the design? How wide do people want the stripes in? How wide do people want the gaps in between the green stripes?
That looks okay to me.
but I'm very zoomed in. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's it zoomed out. If you can see that.
Maybe a little bit wider, not massively so.
Let's try that. Let's
Try
just
that.
save that and have a look.
But no, back to
See what it
Colwill.
does.
I think I could see us being priced out of it. I
That?
think that looks nice. That looks all right. Obviously, with more viewers.
Oh yeah.
But no, I can see us being priced out of Colwell. I think that he's a tremendous talent, and I think he will one day go on to be, a fantastic England international and England regular. Being left-footed definitely helps, but I think there is probably better value out there. And when I say value, I don't mean that Colwell's a bad player in the slightest. I just mean that there are probably players that we could get far cheaper. So it'll be an interesting one. It'd be great to have Colwell back, even if it's on loan. But I don't know. I can see Chelsea sort of like digging their heels in. I was quite hopeful that maybe we could work Colwell into any deal for Caicedo. Basically say, look, we value Caicedo 100 million. Give us, how about you pay 50 million in cash and include Levi Colwell, job done. But no, I think Chelsea want to keep hold of him, and I can totally see why. So it'll be an interesting summer in regards to Colwell. What he does. Grant here says Rice is so overrated. Sometimes, Grant, I'm inclined to agree with you, and other times I think he's a Rolls Royce of a player. It depends on what he's like. I say when we've played against West Ham, I think that he's been quite anonymous personally.
Yeah.
So it's I think like many players. Me personally, I don't watch much football outside of Brighton and Hove Albion, so my knowledge of Declan Rice is quite limited. When I've seen him play for England, I haven't been particularly impressed. And then whenever we play West Ham, we always absolutely destroy them. So my opinion's probably a bit different. But I probably don't know enough to have a well-rounded argument either way. So no arguments here. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. Goalkeeper, what will happen to Big Bob, especially if Big Bart comes in? Dagan is very excited about the prospect of Big Bart. When the Dutch under 23s, the Dutch whatever they were playing the other week, and Dagan was so excited he kept sending us clips of Bart's amazing performance in that game. I think we definitely need a right back. We definitely need a right back. That looks nice. I like that. So far, so good, Joe.
Thank you, Tom.
Definitely need a new right back. Definitely need cover at left back. A lot. I wouldn't say it's subtle at all, Jake. West Ham, whenever they play us, are absolutely rubbish. I think even David Moyes joked about whenever he plays against Brighton, he always loses. For me, Joe, a lot of the rumours and viewers as well, Livramento from Southampton being apparently, under the watchful eye of Brighton, but apparently Southampton want a ridiculous amount of money for him, which probably will mean we'll be out of the running. But no, definitely need a right back and a left back cover because Purvis can't play every game in the Premier League, the Europa League.
No,
so
it's just unfair on him, really, to put that pressure on him.
Yeah, it is. Jason, I'm loving the white sides. Makes us chubbies look thinner. Jason, I'm sure you're an absolute stallion of a man.
Pinstripes on the sleeves or leave the sleeves? I think leave the sleeves personally.
Yeah.
But
mate, that is lush. That's absolutely lush.
That is pretty nice. Can't lie.
Yep, I'm here for that.
Lilac and white was a class shout. Oscar, you've got an eye for design, mate.
Well done, Oscar. Good shout. And Joe, fantastic job. Jason is also a fan, says he loves it. I can't blame him. It is a really nice shirt, Joe. Really nice mock-up. So we just need to get you working for Nike in the club.
Would be nice, but here we are. jobless.
Oscar is a fan of your work, Joe, and Oscar is obviously the person who wanted the shirt. So I'm glad you like it,
Good
Oscar.
stuff. Good
Hello,
stuff.
Glenn.
That's what we like.
See you, Glenn.
And
really
I'm just going to put the finishing touches on here. Thank you, Tom.
I'm here for it, Joe. That's what I'm here. As I said, I'm here to entertain whilst you do the work. I will just talk randomly. I am really looking forward to, by the way, the American series. I can't wait for
There it
preseason
is.
to start. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Just look at it. It is a thing of absolute beauty.
It's decent, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is. It's very pretty.
It is very good. What I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to do this. So I'm going to... Oh, shit. Wrong thing.
You got a wow from Jason. Jason has gone wow, all caps. You know it's good when people go all caps.
Absolutely. Where's the other one that we just did?
Yeah, I would say it's Twitter worthy, but Twitter's dead now. Yeah, man, Twitter is just, it's on its knees, man. It's on its knees. It's really sad. I hope, Oscar, that it's back to its normal self. Maybe not its normal self, but certainly, yeah, Jake, stateside, couldn't be more excited for the summer series. It's going to be amazing, Jake. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait for you American fans to hopefully get to go and see the Albion in person, especially those of you who haven't done so before.
100%.
Really enjoy it, guys. You deserve it. And it's so nice that we've had such a huge influx of American fans over the last couple of seasons, especially. We as a podcast, as a community, we're not part of the gatekeeping. We want as many fans from all around the world as possible. As a kid growing up, who I've said it a zillion times before, as a kid growing up, I never thought I'd see the day when fans thousands of miles away would want anything to do with us. So it's a huge privilege and an honor to have so many worldwide fans. Could you imagine them kits for the 23, 24? Blimey. Yeah, it would just be nice, wouldn't it? It would be great, Jason. I'd absolutely love something similar to these. Nike, of course, won't give us anything near as nice as Joe has given us. Joe's obviously just a lot nicer than Nike. So,
guys, I am going to do a final showcase of the work that we've done together today. So just give me 2 seconds. Kit templates.
So whilst whilst we wait for Joe, guys, you can check us out on Instagram as well. Maybe we post these on Instagram as well, just to showcase these. Jason, Nike will screw it up. Of course they will, mate. Of course they will. They will somehow do us dirty. I don't know how, but they will. And if they don't do us dirty, then they can at me. Oh,
final showcase, guys. That's what we've done together today. And that is the process that I go through every time I want to create a kit for you guys to enjoy on Twitter. And I'm really glad that people enjoy it. I've received incredible amounts of support over the last sort of few weeks that I've been doing these. On top of obviously all the negative things that have been said about me, I had quite the run-in with somebody earlier this week where they weren't very pleasant to me, and it does hurt. Like you can tell me to look past it, this, that, and the other, but you can't get away from it, if that makes sense. If something bad is said about you, it cuts deep, especially when it's something you're really passionate about. But I really, really appreciate every good comment. So yeah, thank you guys. But there you go. I think the Snickers logo on the lilac is a little bit too small, but
yeah. But no, like as a general shirt concept, they are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
So there you go.
And Jake, it's been really welcoming. I'm glad, Jake. Really happy for you, mate. 20 minutes away from the Brighton pub in my town, which is great. Oh, that's amazing, Jason. That's absolutely fantastic. As I say, for you guys that are going to see Brighton and Hove Albion for the first time this summer, enjoy it, soak it up, soak it all in. It'll be really great. And I'm not normally one to sort of say like, oh, enjoy, because I want you to enjoy the moment. If you did want to send us some, some welcome, some pictures, some videos from your experience, that would be absolutely fantastic. We'd love to see you guys enjoying that on social media. So, if it's something you're interested in, please take lots of pictures and lots of videos and tag us in those if you put them on socials, because we'd love to see them. We really would.
Also, Dagon and Sony are going to be there. So make sure you say hello to them.
So guys,
amazing people.
Yeah, they're really good friends of the podcast. So if you do see them, say hello, give them a high five, and chat to them. Say as the goat. Not my word. I love goats. But no, Joe is obviously a very talented human being. So thank you, Joe. It's been really interesting to see your process. A lot of people might think, oh yeah, it just takes 10 minutes on your phone or whatever. Obviously, you've seen there, guys. We've done it in real time. It's happened. In real time.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's an unbelievably hard job to do. Like it's so much fun and getting so creative with it all, and like I enjoy every single aspect of making those shirts. So I'd never sit here and go, oh, it's such a long, grueling process, because yeah, it does take time, and it's time that I want to take out to do it. And yeah, that's why all the really good comments mean so much to me, is because I do sit there passionately doing them, do them passionately. I'm like, yes, this is amazing. But I want to share my work. I want to be creative. I love being creative. That's why the podcast exists. That's why these shirt concepts exist. And I think it's good to be creative. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is. And I like to talk, which is why I'm on the podcast.
Nike has been very quiet since Jose did his thing. Yeah,
exactly.
It's true.
I have
the Nike bosses quaking in their boots.
They do. They're literally sat around a table right now, and guys, we need to sort the Jose's problem out.
Eradicate him.
No, it's been great, guys. Thank you so much for joining us live, especially with social media, Twitter being such a mess right now. So thank you for finding us. If you have joined in, if you're watching this back on YouTube, let us know in the comment section down below what you've made of Joe's excellent work. Let us know your thoughts about what you'd like to see from this coming season shirts, if they have not dropped by the time you watch this. It'll be really interesting to watch this back after the shirts have dropped, see how close, how far we were in regards to our predictions. But no, it's been a really good evening. Thank you so much, viewers, and thank you for your comments. It's been really great chatting to you all. Have a really fantastic evening. Now, Joe, we need to do a bit more content, mate, because we said after the Albies that we are going to be really active in the summer. And then this is the first one we've done in about 2 weeks. We will do some more stuff, we promise. We've got some great ideas. It's just about getting them from here to this screen here. We will do a transfer roundup content update throughout, like we did last season, because with that got us loads of interactions, and it was really great to chat to people. So we will do more stuff like that. But no, in the meantime, guys, up the Albion. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be, whenever you may be. Have a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever, wherever. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. We will see you next time. We love you. Thank you, guys. Mind how you go.